Welding protection tips that keep you safe. Welding may be a hazardous vocation if safety precautions are not taken. Welders might be exposed to toxic substances and fumes, electric shock, heat, and flames, and other risks if safety precautions are not taken. Is it appropriate for a fireman to avoid wearing a helmet, or for a doctor to avoid safety gloves during a vital surgery? Certainly not. Welders, too, must adhere to strict standards to safeguard themselves and others around them. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. We are back with another video. In this video, we will be talking about welding protection tips that keep you safe. Accidents do happen, but so many injuries may be prevented if you know how to act and how not to act when operating in a welding set. Before beginning any task, welders must first guarantee that they understand how to do the operation safely. It's the most critical thing they can do to safeguard themselves and others. Here are the most important welding tips. Why welders should follow the safety precautions? A rapid electrical discharge to the human body can cause significant damage and, in extreme situations, death. When a welder contacts two metal items with a voltage between them, they are inserted into an electrical circuit and can cause electrocution. The more powerful the voltage, the larger the current, and hence the greater the risk for the welder's life. Welding vapors include a variety of potentially hazardous elements, such as aluminum, beryl, iron, manganese, and lead. Carbon dioxide, nitrogen monoxide, and hydrogen are frequently created during welding. A welder's excessive exposure to these fumes and vapors can result in major health concerns such as decreased speech and mobility, respiratory disease, and even cancer. As new equipment is introduced and new procedures are implemented, it is critical to stay up to date on best practices. 9. Electric shock prevention. Electrical current is one of the most crucial things for welders to learn about since it may be fatal in an instant. Welders must always examine the electrodes stand for damage before beginning a weld to avoid electrocution. They must also ensure that their gloves are dry and in excellent condition, that they do not touch the metal portions of the electrode holder with their skin or wet clothes, and that they keep dry insulating between their bodies and the floor or metal being welded. 8. Equipment check. Before utilizing their equipment, a professional welder always double-checks that it is operational and correctly grounded. Even the most skilled welders should inspect their tools regularly for normal wear and tear, including frayed wires or leaky hoses, since this might increase the likelihood of an accident happening. Don't assume that a piece of equipment that was working fine the day before remains in the same condition. Always do a thorough check before reusing it. You cannot be too sure. 7. Don't stare at the spark directly. Welding helmets should have an appropriate filter shade installed to protect the operator's eyes and face when welding or viewing. Under the helmet, you should also wear authorized protective goggles with side shields and ear protection. Install shields or barriers when necessary to shield people from the arc. Choose a lens color that is suited for your welding application. Some institutions provide instructions for selecting the proper lens depending on welding criteria. A fixed shade lens may be appropriate if your weld settings and materials do not change. 6. Proper ventilation. One of the most prevalent welding dangers is inadequate ventilation. Welding may produce a variety of hazardous pollutants, including smoke, poisonous gases, and damaging particles. All of them can cause major respiratory issues if exposed for an extended period. Large amounts of toxic substances inhaled can potentially damage the lungs in the short term. You may faint in extreme circumstances owing to a lack of oxygen. All of these dangers can be avoided if suitable ventilation equipment is used. There are two types of welding ventilation equipment. Extraction booths and work tables with built-in ventilation are examples of items specialized for ventilating your workspace. Local exhaust ventilation is the most efficient ventilation approach for eliminating welding gases and pollutants. This procedure entails removing or exhausting fumes, gases, dust, and vapors before they may combine with the air in the workplace environment. A movable hood, fume extraction welding devices, and a downdraft bench are some examples of this ventilation. Mechanical dilution ventilation is the use of roof exhaust fans, wall fans, or other mechanical solutions to keep airborne contaminants out of the welding workplace. Natural dilution ventilation is the least effective option, including the introduction of fresh air into a working environment by mechanical or non-mechanical means. 5. Plane your gas tank safely. Gas tanks are a recipe for disaster. At best, they can be a tripping hazard. This is exacerbated when they are not kept in a secure and discreet area. The majority of gas cylinders will slide on the ground, causing significant mishaps in the workshop. Gas cylinders are very combustible, and welding shops contain open flames. When these two factors are combined, you may face some major dangers if your gas tank is not securely stored in a safe area. 4. Ears protection. As a new welder, you must safeguard your ears as well as your vision. This is one of the most commonly neglected welding safety considerations. Welding endangers your hearing in the short term as well as over time. This may be avoided with proper hearing protection. Tinnitus can be caused by continuous exposure to the fairly loud noises of a welder. This is when your inner ear is damaged and you hear a continual ringing. Sudden loud sounds can also result in both temporary and irreversible hearing loss. 3. Avoid workspace clutter. Take an inventory of your surroundings before beginning a weld. Knowing where to find tools and equipment not only improves your productivity, but is also critical for your safety. For example, it's critical to know where to find fire alarms, fire escapes, extinguishers, sand buckets, and other items needed to extinguish flames in the case of a fire. One of the most prevalent causes of welding flames and explosions is a congested workbench. Because welding arc sparks may fly up to 35 feet, it's critical to keep your workstation free. Always be organized and put everything in its proper place. Your workstation should only include the equipment and tools required for that particular job. 2. Avoid stress working. Welding is a hands-on profession that can result in accidents if proper safeguards are not used. To protect yourself, always use safe lifting methods and schedule breaks to relax and allow your body to recover. This can aid in the prevention of repetitive stress injuries, which certain welders are prone to. 1. Wear an anti-flame suit. If the skin is left exposed during the procedure, it will be vulnerable to ultraviolet and infrared radiation, which might result in severe sores. Furthermore, if the garment is not entirely buttoned up, the sparks might fall into any open pocket or down the shirt. To safeguard your body, make sure that the complete body is covered. And don't forget to button up collars, front pockets, and cuffs. Lighters and matches should never be kept in their pockets since they are a fire danger. That's all for today's video, and thanks for watching it. Don't forget to share your thoughts with us in the comments section below. And while you are here, click to watch one of these 2 videos appearing on your screen right now. I will see you there. Take care and stay tuned.